Welcome back, guys, to another episode, and today it's Big Les in the barbecue and we're talking British rolled brisket. And I know most of you guys that are starting out, you're watching all them videos, seeing all them big full packer American briskets and not sure you want to invest all that money. Go down to your local butchers, buy some British rolled brisket, and this brisket is from the flat section, so it is lean. So we are going to have to treat it slightly different, but I'll take you through that step by step, guys. So come in, let's have a look how we prep up this beautiful piece of a rolled British brisket. This is a 3 kilo piece of rolled brisket, and like I said, this is from the flat, not the fatty section, but it has still got a little bit of a fat cap in there, but it hasn't got all that intramuscular fat. It is quite a lean cut. So we are going to be braising this later with some beef stock and some beer. But for now, we'll get on with prepping it up. And it's a nice, simple one, guys. I've got a tray. I'm going to use a trivet. And in that tray, I'm going to put in 1 onion, 3 sticks of celery, 3 cloves of garlic, and 3 carrots. So tip that in the bottom, guys. Give that a roll round, put your trivet back on so it's not going to sit on it. The smoke's going to roll around and get this, and then we'll add that down into that braising liquor later on. And we're going to take a nice beefy rub. Again, you can make one, guys, but if this is your first time trying, you can always just buy one. Helps if I take out the cap. That's better, I've taken out the cap. Get your shaker, nice big shaker holes, and liberally coat your beef. This one is designed for beef, so it should have them real nice savoury flavours. Once you've got all your beef rubbed up, let that sit on the side, let that tack up. Now let's talk smoke rings and smoke wood, because I know everybody loves a good smoke ring. Now today we're going to be smoking this in our electric smoker, and we're going to be using some nice oak wood chips, and that's going to produce a nice clean smoky flavour, but isn't going to give you that smoke ring that you all want. So a little teat or a little tip, and you can use this in any style, is celery seed. And the nitrates in celery seed have the same chemical reaction as a dirty burning fire, and it also adds some umami flavours, so it's added bonus, but this should help create that smoke ring effect that you're wanting to achieve in your electric or even your gas smokers, guys. If you're using gas smokers or pellet smokers, you can use your oak chips. I've got some oak chips here. Pop that in your kettle barbecue, in a smoke tube, in one of your gas barbecues, or in your pellet smoker, and that's oak smoky flavour. And of course the big old chunks of wood, my favourite way of smoking, and there'll be some good videos coming up soon, guys. But if you've got your charcoal fire, you don't want to be using chips or pellets. You want to be using some nice big hunks of home dried wood, and this is beech wood. This is what I cut myself last year, and I'm seasoning it still at the moment. But let's get back on with this beautiful piece of beef. Last little tip for flavour, controversial, but I do like to use it. A little bit of MSG or flavour enhancer is just going to make this super beefy, guys. Right, let's get over to the barbecue. Right, next thing, guys, is temp. You're going to want to know that temp. And we're going to be smoking this at 100 degrees Celsius for the first 4 hours, or until the beef reaches around 65 degrees Celsius internal temp. Get yourself in a little meat probe, and we'll be probing that throughout the course of the next 4 hours until we get that 65 degrees internal temp. Get your beef. It's been sat now for 15 minutes tacking up. It's ready to go. Our smoker is up to 100 degrees Celsius, and hopefully, as you'll see as I open the door, that oak smoke is nicely rolling in there. So take your beef, sat above your veggies so that that smoke can roll around it, and place that straight in your smoker. Like I say guys, you could pop it in your charcoal smoker, your bullet smoker. Just for today, for convenience, we're doing it in our electric smoker because it's set it, forget it, and I can get on and tidy the garden up. So we'll shut this door up guys and leave that now to roll in the smoke for about 4 hours until that internal temp is 65 degrees Celsius. See you in a few hours guys. Welcome back guys, it's been 4 hours, I've been probing it on the hour and it absolutely smells fantastic. Brisket has got to be one of the best things you can smoke. The smells have been driving me mad in the garden. But let's open it up, have a look and get it ready for the next phase of cooking. Look at that guys, it's picked up some beautiful colour. That oak has penetrated the meat. We've formed a beautiful bark. Because this is a lean cut, we are going to now braise this for the finishing stage. So come in guys and let's get it ready for that braising. Yummy. Just look at the colour guys, absolutely stunning. So that smoke has penetrated that meat, added bags of flavour. You can see we've captured all of that meat juice, all of that flavour with our veggies. So we're going to deglaze this and also make our braising liquor. And with that, we're going to use 1 can, just 500 ml of beef stock. And I have had this out of the fridge all day so that I'm not putting cold beef stock in and shocking the meat. Just make a mess. And some beer, and this I've got for a nice fruity pale ale, steak and ale, beef and ale. You can't go wrong guys. But that makes our braising liquor. Now that trivet that we had the beef sat on, I'm going to now lift the beef off and place that straight down in that braising liquor with all them veggies around it. And just for a little dash of flavour, I'm going to add some of that barbecue rub. This is going to make our gravy later. We'll also top that beef with a little bit more. Build up that flavour guys, come on. Like I said, we are braising this, so we need to seal in all of that moisture. So we're going to tent it now with some tin foil. We've got our beef in our little foil tent, in our little steam bath, and because this is that lean cut, like I said, this is going to help tenderise the meat and keep it nice and moist and juicy. So we're going to pop that back into our smoker. At this point guys, if you're on the charcoal and you want to save fuel, take it in the house, put it in the oven. But because I can turn off the smoke now on this Drevos and just continue cooking, I'm going to ramp this up to 120 degrees Celsius. I'm going to take this up to a finishing temp. We're going to probe it till it gets to around 93 degrees Celsius guys, and then we're going to feel for that buttery soft texture. So until then, I'm going to let this wrap up. I'm going to continue tidying the garden, and I'll see you when it's time for probing. It's been a couple of hours guys, and that beef is done. It's probing around 95 degrees Celsius. We got to 93 and it was still a little bit tough. So I have been just probing it for the last half hour, and we are just at that nice buttery soft consistency. So we'll pop it out, we'll pop it on the side, and then you can see what I mean. Just popped off that tin foil guys, you can see it's shrunk up, and it's, look, just going in that beautiful soft butter. And you'll see that's coming up now at 96 degrees. But we're going to take this now and rest it. So to rest it, I'm going to take it out of them pan juices. I'm going to get some tin foil, your good old friend beef dripping, beef tallow. Sit some of that at the bottom. Take a beautiful looking brisket and sit that straight on top of that tallow. A little bit just back on the top. That's just going to add in some more fat and moisture. Getting all the tips and tricks in there today, guys. Wrap that. I'm going to let this rest for an hour, but we're going to pop this back in our Drevos smoker because we can set this at 65 degrees Celsius and leave that to now rest for an hour. But if you want to hold it longer, because you can set it at that 65 degrees Celsius, leave it as long as you want. And we're going to take this beautiful pan juices and turn that into a fantastic dipping sauce or gravy. So see you when it's time to slice and see how juicy this rolled brisket has turned out. It's been resting for an hour. You can see down in the bottom there's still juices. We want to save them, so I've opened the tin foil at the top because we need to save them juices and pour them over. There you go, guys. Nice juices in the bottom. Just dry my hand up. We're going to take, obviously, the butcher's netting now off. It's done its job. It's held it together as a rolled brisket. Just whip this off. Made a mess on my board, guys. That releases that beautiful looking piece of rolled brisket. Look at the jiggle on it. Rolled brisket. Oh, nice and jiggly. Should we cut straight down the middle? Open her up. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Moist, you can still see juices in there, but that looks stunning. Should we go for a slide, a taste test? I think Dave wants to have a go. Does Dave want a taste test?